everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today it is Mother's Day, and so I decided that I was going to do a special drawing to celebrate it here on YouTube. So instead of delaying, let's get started on the video now. For this picture, I wanted to draw my OC, Hanako. She has a pet bunny named Raisin, and I thought I could draw him with his mom for this picture. I thought it would be so cute because, I mean, obviously bunnies are really adorable, and I also thought it'd be fun to design a mom for Raisin. I usually don't make special drawings for Mother's Day, but this year I had an idea, so I was really excited to do it. Plus, I really want to make a drawing this year for Father's Day. Hopefully, I will remember because I have an idea. It is another one of my OCs, and it's been a while since I've drawn those characters, so I'd really like to do them for Father's Day if I can. If you have any guesses for what characters I'll be drawing for Father's Day, I'd love to hear in the comments, but for now, let's just talk about this drawing. So although the only part that is really Mother's Day about this drawing is the mom bunny with her baby bunny, I wanted something else more complicated rather than just the cute bunnies because it would be too quick, and I wanted something that would actually take me a while, so that's why I also drew Hanako in this picture. I tried to make her look like she was like, her heart was melting because the bunnies are so cute, and also like she looks really peaceful. I drew the mom bunny looking like a loaf. You know how cats sometimes look like loaves, and I guess bunnies sometimes do it too. I just think that is always so adorable, so yeah, I had to do that. If you have any ideas for what I should call the mom, please let me know in the comments, because I'm not really sure what to call her. I want her name to have something to do with Raisin maybe, because her baby bunny is named Raisin. I'm not really sure what, but I feel like something that matches a little bit would be the cutest. But whatever you guys think, I'd still love to hear it. Also, do wait until I add the colors onto her, because, I mean, you don't fully know what she looks like yet until you see her coloring, and that would probably help you be able to name her better, right? At this point in the drawing, I'm starting to add the colors for Hanako's dress. At first I didn't know what to make it look like, but I ended up deciding on this blue color because I feel like it matched the best and it would complement the background and everything. I just felt like it would look really good. Oh, and I was having a lot of trouble drawing her eyes. I wanted them to be looking down, but for some reason, I couldn't figure out how to do that. Believe it or not, I pretty much never draw eyes looking downwards. It's just not something that I happen to do very often, and so I was having a lot of trouble because I honestly had no clue how to make it look right. I tried to look up reference pictures, but for a while, I just couldn't figure it out. So here I was just editing the way the whole eyes looked more because I thought that maybe they needed to be a bit thinner, and that could possibly help her look like she was looking down, but that wasn't working yet either. It was definitely annoying me how long it was taking, and the fact that I couldn't figure out, no matter what I did, how to make it look right. I just kept messing around and trying to figure out what could possibly make it look good. But after spending so long on trying to fix it, I ended up realizing that the changes I needed to make were actually really small, which is kind of annoying because, you know, I had spent a very long time on it, but it's also a good lesson that sometimes it's not a big change I need to make. So instead of overcomplicating things, I should just try the simple thing first and then try the harder stuff if it's still not working. So yeah, I kind of learned my lesson here, but whatever, it turned out looking fine, so it doesn't really matter that much. Also, sorry my voice sounds kind of weird. I just woke up, so sometimes it doesn't sound the same, and I feel like I don't know, I feel like it's a little weird right now, but it's not too bad. I don't know if you guys can even notice without me pointing it out, but yeah, my voice takes a while to warm up in the morning, so. But ignoring that, right now I am moving on to shading, and that went pretty simply. I didn't have to do anything too complicated. Right here I'm doing the skin shading, and then I'm going to do the clothing shading, which always ties things together. I feel like the clothing looks so simple before I add the shading, so I really like how it looks after I add the extra details. The hair did take a long time for some reason. The bangs were so annoying to do. I used such a thin brush, and it was very frustrating, but I think it worked out in the end, so it's okay. I think if there's anything random I want to talk about, right now is a good time since not too much is happening that I can talk about. So the main random thing I did want to mention is that recently I got this like cream puff thing. It was like this bread that had cream in it and it was shaped like a bear and it is so cute. I really loved it so much. I don't really know if it's called a cream puff because inside of it was almost more cream cheese tasting, but it was really adorable and it tasted good. So yeah, that was really fun. You know I love teddy bears if you watch enough of my videos, so yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but a moment ago I added this like flower pattern to Hanako's dress because I feel like she needed more interest in it, and I felt like that really tied it together more. And right here I'm adding the colors to the bunnies. I decided to make Raisin's mom like a yellowish color because I felt like that would look a little bit better than just making her the same colors as him, and it would also add extra interest to the picture. I also just noticed this, but it kind of matches Hanako's ribbon on the top of her head too, so that's fun. And here I am adding the background. The whole time I wanted Hanako to be laying in the grass with the bunnies, so I wasn't really doing anything crazy. I was just adding grass pretty much. I added little blades of grass poking up to make it more interesting than just flat grass. Right here I am adding a few extra effects until we move on to the real-time footage, because this time I did remember to film some. But before we get into that, I was just adding a bunch of extra effects to the picture. I think it looks funny when I do add them because I always end up usually filtering it with the blur, and then I'll usually put it into add glow or overlay, so the effects don't end up so dark as they look when I'm first adding it, but I feel like in the footage it looks like I'm literally just spilling a bunch of things over the picture. But now it is time for you guys to get to watch the real-time footage, so let's get into it. I was gonna add a butterfly on this flower that I drew because I felt like that would look really cute and it would add a little bit more interest to the whole picture. I kept being unhappy with it, so I redrew the lines so many times, and I actually cut out a lot of footage in this because it was really boring watching me redraw it every time, but yeah, this is when I finally liked how it was starting to look. This video is for Mother's Day, so I did want to have a little message. So for any loving mothers out there, I just want you to know today just how special you are. You have shown your children so much kindness. I hope that you feel lots of love today, and just overall just have a lovely, amazing, and really happy day. I know personally, me and my siblings are going to be making my mom probably breakfast, and we made her cards, and we're just going to celebrate her in ways like that. We'll probably also make her a dessert of some sort. We're thinking maybe ice cream. We usually also do housework for her, so we'll probably be including that as well. But regardless of if you were able to celebrate Mother's Day today, I hope that you're still able to have a lovely day, and I'll be praying for anyone that is feeling lonely today. But you also just might not be celebrating it because maybe you live in a different country and it isn't Mother's Day where you live, which is also cool too. I hope that you still have a very good day, like I said. I was kind of nervous about that whole message, so I hope it turned out alright. But now let's go back to talking about the artwork because it's been quite a while and I think I should move back to that now. So I was pretty close to satisfied with the butterfly at this point. I didn't really have that much more I wanted to do to it, and I felt like it looked pretty good, so I was just kind of making the flower a bit bigger because I felt like at first it looked like it wasn't even sitting on the flower. It looked more like it was floating close to the flower, so I had to fix that. Soon I'm gonna blur the butterfly because I feel like that made it look a little bit better. I always like using this blur filter. I usually use it on a really low value. This was only value 1. But despite it being barely anything, I feel like it makes a big difference. I'm also gonna blur the flower because it just looked wrong making only the butterfly blurry, but not the flower. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the butterfly for the real-time footage this video. I didn't really know what to do for the real-time footage this time, but then I thought maybe I should do the butterfly since it's so tiny it would be hard to see in the time-lapse footage, so I hope that that was a good decision. But speaking of the time-lapse footage, it's time to go back to that so we can add the final effects and make this picture all complete. I was doing a bunch of random stuff here to finish it, so it's kind of hard to talk about it because I was just doing so much. I was all over the place, there was nothing consistent. I just kept like adding random stuff, and you know, like I always like to, trying to add a little bit more to make it look a little bit more interesting so I can finally be fully happy with it. I also just realized that it looks like I'm completely trying to cover up that one hand. I'll zoom in where it looks like I am, but I really wasn't, okay guys? It's just the pose I ended up doing. I wasn't trying to avoid drawing the hand. It does seem suspicious though. But anyways, here we are. Here is the finished picture of Hanako, Raisin, and his mom. This was super fun to make, and I'm so glad that I got to draw Hanako again after quite a long time. If you guys liked this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now!